Hi everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 7 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to bring you another tip on how to help you create the life you want. Today I want to look at the subject of reputation from a little bit different perspective. There's a quote I'm using from author, brand consultant, Aliza Licht, and she says, reputation doesn't just follow you wherever you go, it gets there before you do. I really like that because it speaks to how important a reputation is and how it doesn't just kind of follow us from place to place. It actually gets there before we do. In many ways, it informs the environment of who we are before we get there, which often can have a tremendous effect on how we are experienced by the environment and how we experience the environment. So given that this is such a powerful factor, and given that we want to have more influence in our life and in the lives of others, I suggest we take this concept very seriously. So another quote I use in my seminars that says, every thought, emotion, and action defines who we are and who we are becoming. And I encourage people to make this our highest purpose. The most important thing we do is defining who we are on purpose in a way that's effective, in a way that defines us the way we want to be defined, in a way we would teach to someone we love. And when that can become our reputation, and we're creating that on purpose, then the fact that it gets there before we do is the good news. Because what we're doing is creating the sense of who we are and how we're perceived. We're having influence in that process. And again, that can then influence how we are perceived when we get to a particular environment. Now, we know some people will try to tarnish our reputation, and a lot of people worry about that. It's understandable, but here's what I encourage you to do. Given that we can't really control what other people do, we can only control kind of who we are. If we are consistently one way, and someone tries to tarnish that, most people will see that not as information about us, but as the person who's trying to tarnish our reputation. In other words, them trying to tarnish our reputation will tarnish their reputation. So if we're just willing to be who we are on purpose, doesn't mean we have to be perfect, If we make a mistake, we own it. So it's not about being perfect, it is about being purposeful. That when we are engaging someone, we are doing it in a way where we're not only influencing how we're seen at the moment, but how they might go and talk about us. Not that we're worried about that, but we are taking that into consideration. That is a component of how we choose our thoughts and our feelings and our actions. Because I think sometimes when we get frustrated or stressed or angry or annoyed, we're going to say things or do things that don't really serve us in the moment, nor do we really want those preceding us into situations. However, if we're able to come from what I call the top of the mind, this clear, confident, creative neocortex versus that lower reactive brainstem, then what's happening is every time we interact with someone, we are putting another brick in the foundation of that reputation. That solidifies that reputation, and again, has it getting to the place before we do. So if this is something you'd be interested in, this is something I help people do. I help organizations create a certain reputation. I help teams create a certain reputation, individuals within the organizations and teams, and just individuals themselves, leaders create a certain reputation, so that it not only helps you engage someone in the moment in a way that's effective and in a way that produces the results you want, but also lays that foundation. It gets there before you do and as you move forward. And that precursor is one that allows us to be effective in life. If this is something you'd be interested in, go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in. Love to talk with you about that. By the way, if you're liking these videos, please hit the like button. You know how Google and Facebook and Pinterest and all those folks love it when you like it. Recommend it to your friends if you feel that this concept of the reputation gets there before you do would be valuable for them. You think they would like that. In the meantime, here's to you, bringing more clarity, confidence, creativity to everything you do, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.